morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Parinita from Western Community College, Surrey, and she's my co-author, Harleen Aurad. Today we are going to present our paper on internal quality assurance and the students' experience at independent colleges. Before I begin explaining about internal quality assurance, I would like to have a brief quote. Education is something which takes us from a darker side towards the light. So it is something, a journey from where we are taking a student from the dark aspect to the brighter side. Internal quality assurance cell is something which works on qualitative education, delivering promises that we have made to our students. Before telling more about it, I would like to highlight here I have been heading internal quality assurance cell back home in my country for 3 years on a stretch. So I have, from my side, I have done already a lot of work on this. When I came to Western Community College, I found that my college is also doing equally the same work on the same aspect. Talking about internal quality, what is that? As we know, the all private institutions, generally they are self-funded. We don't get government funds for improvements, for working. We are generally dependent on students' tuition fee for any type of curriculum development activities or for quality enhancing. Coming over to that point, when I talk about what is the mechanism of internal quality assurance, it is basically how we revise our curriculums, we work according to the industry interface, how we try to bridge the gap between the industry and academic. There are various ways of doing it on which I'll be talking about in my current paper. The pursuit of academic excellence and student satisfaction in independent education. As I previously also quoted, students, when they take admission, when they enter our colleges, they come with a lot of hope. They have a quality in their mind. They are here to make us, guide us, them for building their future. Coming to the the primary objective, academic excellence is one of the objective of IQA, which ensures curriculum relevance. Like the syllabus was there, the curriculum was there 20 years back also, 40 years back also. But we have to update to them according to the requirement of the industry. We can't move on with the same curriculum, what it is. So the first role of IQA is academic excellence. Second is student satisfaction. Now this word satisfaction is very small but very big also because it's not that easy to work on student satisfaction. For that, IQA works on time-to-time feedback collection. Now, this does not restrict itself to just collecting the feedbacks, preparing the bundles, keeping them in the files, making them as folders. No, IQA means they need to have stakeholders. Stakeholders, number one, are our own students. Number two are our alumni, who give us time-to-time feedback on what we guys, as a teacher, what we have taught in our classes, what were the gaps which students could easily feel during our classes when we were delivering the lectures, when we were giving our best to the students. That ways, next is institutional reputation. Now, from where are we, private organizations, schools, colleges, getting our reputation from? From our students, based on the accreditation. Now, how does this accreditation comes? This comes on our regular work towards the quality. If we are not working with quality, tomorrow we are going to lose our reputation in the market. The accreditation will come down. And this quality depends upon our regular updates in curriculum as well as the working on quality with the students. Now, the strategic components of IQA system is curriculum development, review through regular revisions, both with input both from industry experts and students. Every time, it's not industry who's going to tell us. Although I do agree, we need to have regular meetings with the industry. What are your requirements? Are we standing according to that in the market, or some changes are required? But we need students' feedback also in the same. Once the course is taught, the basic concept of collecting the feedback is to ask them, were we able to meet your expectations? It's not just putting, yes, it was very good, it was damn good, nothing suggested. What I feel personally is IQA has to work in close contact with the students, taking their regular feedback. What changes exactly you want? Are you satisfied with what we taught in the classes? And when you are going out for interviews, are you able to find that what you are studying in the classroom is what industry requires? Although we are also contacting the industries, but students' feedback is most important in that. Number two is faculty development performance evaluation through peer reviews alongside student evaluation as part of instructor performance evaluation protocols. What I taught in my classes, my students are the best judge. Were they able to catch what I was doing in my classes? Were they able to get something which they never knew and they learned? Like personally talking, I many times conduct this exercise in mid of the term and in the last term. What were the key things that you learned in my class which you didn't know earlier? Because most of them, when I came here, are already graduate. They are again doing the graduation. Some of them are rather repeating the same courses. Was I able to give them something different from whatever they knew earlier? When they are going to the market, when they are going to the industry, they are learning new things. Do you think my class was actually informative for you? Sometimes students do give sincere feedback. I am not saying 100% will be the sincere feedback, but if 10%, 5%, 20% are giving us the sincere feedback, that helps us in improvement. Sometimes when faculty also, when they are like in our institute, our dean, our program heads, they visit our classes, they give us a sincere feedback that this was a shortcoming in your class. You should review it, you should add to it. This is what IQA is meant for quality improvements. And then assessment and evaluation. Time to time assessment of our curriculum, evaluation, assignment, whether they are mapped with the CLOs and PLOs. Now, CLOs and PLOs, I mean your course learning outcomes and program learning outcomes. It's very important that whatever we are teaching, we are aligning and we have our assignments which are aligning our CLOs and PLOs. I'm not teaching them off the track. That's very important. Something which is the expectation of the course must be met. So, next, stakeholder feedback and continuous improvement data collection. Stakeholder feedbacks, as I just said, alumni feedback. Once they are moving out, they out and have a job in the industry. What is their feedback? We should have alumni meetings from time to time. We should take their feedback. There should be an alumni association. That's the major role in IQA. Student support services. Now, many times we all know we have international students here. It's very important to provide time to time student support services to such students in the college because when they come here, they are hardly in a particular age group from 18 to 2022. New environment, new culture, everything is new for them. Even the education system is entirely different for them. So a particular student support services is required. Then academic advising, time to time advising. Some students are not that brilliant in academics. They start losing the marks. What is the reason? Why they are losing marks? That's very important to understand. For that, an advisor is required. We should have advisors not from non-teaching field, rather from teaching field, the teacher who can be the best friend for a student. He or she can understand where the student is lacking. We can assign 4 to 5 students to every teacher so as that student, when they have a personal interaction with the teacher, they come up that these are the issues why I couldn't perform well in my course. And sometimes the best students can be their best buddies to guide them to improve their performance in the education. And career counseling services, most important, because here what I felt when I came here was that students do need counseling for jobs too. That which type of jobs are open for them? Where can they enter tomorrow whenever they are going out for the industry? Now, but we might talk about IQA. It is a very broad concept, as I just said. Like in my previous experience, what I found was we used to have mapping of our results also. By mapping of results mean If my class is done with the final exams or with the midterms, let's first focus on the midterm. When they are done with the midterm, it means half of my syllabus is done. If in my class 20% of my students are failing, now why did they fail? That means somewhere I skipped any of one of my objective there. Now what is a map? How I am going to fill this gap? How I am going to ensure that my those 20% of the students will be covering up that particular objective? Have I designed some assignment related to it? Or I'm again designing a quiz related to that very particular objective. Based on that, there are a number of challenges in implementing IQA. Now, what are those challenges? We have limited resources. As I just said, government is not giving us funds to the private institutions for this type of cell. So for that, we need support from our students itself. We are basically dependent on our tuition fees only. So that's a biggest limitation. Resistance to change by administrative and faculty members. As a teacher, as a faculty, we are also resistant for the change. We want like what I did last time. It's easier for me to again pull up my same course, teach the same things. I don't want to have a new course. We show resistance. Openly, I admit that. Yeah, we show some type of resistance. Okay, I did on this course already. Why should I give this course to somebody and I should now again get into another course? These type of resistance become a constraint in IQA. Developing suitable metrics and keeping quality surveillance. To keep a check on quality all the time is really tough. Tomorrow, faculty, students, everybody starts feeling we are into a very tight zone. Everybody is keeping an eye on us. Although it's not an eye, it's for their improvement. It's like self-study programs. These are all meant for the improvement. But to accept that is actually a challenge. Developing academic and administrative operational policy together with guidelines with documentation. Everything needs documentation. I may say, okay, today I'm starting an IQA. What did I do? I have to prepare a time-to-time documentation on it. Tomorrow, anybody can check that. Whosoever takes up can have a look where we were and where we are today. To keep that track, to keep that documentation is not that easy. So that's why it's a challenge. Now, best practices. How can I strengthen my IQA? It is developing academic operational policies together with lines with documentation. From day one, when we are working on quality, we need to have a proper documentation of that. We need to keep a record of what changes did we step. These are baby steps. I'm not saying this will happen in just one day, in 1 month or 3 months. No, these are very slow process. But for everything, we need to keep a record. LMS along with the data analytics enables institution to monitor student performances. It's very simple concept. Like when a student joined the college, the day when he or she is completing, we should have a complete record of that graph. How much they have improved. What was their standing when they entered and what is their standing when once they are going out. So that can show us whether the quality is improving or it is coming down. Engaging external experts, industry partners. I do understand this is a costly thing. It's not easy job to call industry people to the campus, invite them and ask them. But this is something which actually works. I have personally seen in faculty development programs where if industry people are called for the lectures, when they talk about what we teach in the classes, there is a gap. To fill up that gap, we need to call industry experts from time to time, not only with students to interact, rather industry should have, like we should call the people from industry and we should have one closed room meeting with the faculty also. This is to ask them what you expect from our students, what is the current requirement, and then encouraging student representation in decision-making committees. Whenever we are doing something, like it can be curriculum development, it can be related to the quality, like we are making some important changes, we are closing some of the course, we are starting with the new course. It should not only be the faculty or the leadership team deciding. Rather, some good students should also be involved. We should take their help. alumni should be invited, those who are at a good position from industry, so as their feedback is showing something, the way towards improving the quality. How we can change the things, how we can work on something which is most important rather than working only on theoretical concept. Because practical exposure is most important. Then FDPs, as I just said, faculty development programs. Institution deliver workshops with certification programs that help teachers develop better pedagogical methods, like teachers going for PIDPs, teachers going for short-term trainer programs. So as when they get an exposure, when they learn something outside, they bring those things in the classrooms also. Time to time development in terms of academics, time to time development in terms of attending the MDPs outside is of course going to be beneficial to every educational institution. Today we are all in a conference today. We are going to have some good takeaways from here and we can use them in our institution. That's again part of IQA. We are all doing something which is a part of IQA. That is for quality assurance. So remaining, I request my co-author Harleen to continue.
Thank you, Parinita. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. So I'm going to pick up from this slide itself, right? Parinita has talked a lot about internal quality assessment. We as institutions and private institutions are doing a lot of things for internal quality assessment. So I feel that PDGIA has given us a platform. So this one platform is also for exchange of what we are doing as an institution, what best practices we are doing. As mentioned, best practices, right? So I picked up the best practice example of Western Community College, some practices that we are following, and rest I would like to know from you guys also what institutes are following, where we are missing, so that we can also cover the gap. So internal quality assessment is an ongoing process, will not be completed with just one activity, right? It needs multiple steps, mapping, multiple activities. So I will start with the LMS, right? We all are using some sort of LMS. We are using data analytics in that, like Parinita mentioned, to see, okay, which students are doing well in which assessments, what is the criteria, what are the rubrics we are using. So we use different assessment methods. Our LMSs are supporting our internal quality assessment these days. So the LMS has become so strong that we can have any type of data that we see, okay, even we can see in which questions the students are doing well, which means that they are properly engaged in that particular topic. So our LMS definitely has to be updated. LMSs are also getting updated. Engaging external experts and industry partners. So we in Western Community College are following a practice of, we have started this practice rather, of engaging with industry experts, right? Our VP Academics, Darren, is here. So he's meeting with the industry experts. So he has had almost 40 meetings with industry experts till now, just to know about what hard skills and soft skills are required for our programs and what is the gap that the industry is finding in our programs. How can we collaborate with the industry and we can reduce that bridge or the gap, or we can build a bridge even, right? And encouraging student representation in decision-making committees. How we do that in Western Community College is that we have a student council which is elected and they have their own representative members. Any issue that is not working well with the students is coming through the student council itself. Otherwise, for student representation, we have other volunteering opportunities, this and that, a lot of things that many institutions are already doing. And how do we include student in decision making? Sometimes, my students in class have told me, oh no, we don't want to get into a quiz, or today we don't want to feel like getting into a group discussion. So let the students decide once in a while at least what type of activity they are more interested in. So second time when I take up the course, I teach mostly organizational behavior management subjects, right? So my OB students, once they have taken a class with me, maybe in the second I'm teaching business ethics to them, they will tell me, oh, you did the story playboard with us. Do that again, please. We like that in the OB class. So let them decide what type of activity they want to have and let us assess them on that type of activity. That will be more effective, I think. And then FDPs. Like every term, ending of the term, while the students are getting a break, those 5-6 days, we are usually conducting FDPs for the faculty to upgrade their skills. In these activities also, we are sharing about our faculty who has gone and represented the college, presented papers, any scholarly activity they have done, so that other people can also be encouraged and they can also like have a map of, okay, I can do this. I should be asking and getting in touch with this person. How I can go about this now. For the student support, a few of our activities, student council, like I mentioned, academic advising. So the full-time faculty is involved in academic advising of students who are falling below grades, C grade, or who are on probation, academic probation. So this means that we are personally taking out time and talking to those students, monitoring their grades, talking with their instructors who are teaching them. So I may not be teaching the student in this particular term, but I am the academic advisor, so I have to get in touch with the other instructors, see how they are performing and what the student is feeling. It's not just about the course, right? So sometimes we get to sit with the international students specifically, ask them, okay, what problems do you have? So they tell us, okay, I don't have a job, that is really bothering my mind. And what can I do? I can't attend classes when I don't have a job, this, that. So this is the type of conversation they will tell you specifically when you give them special time. Academic advising is necessary for students who are falling below. So the first thing is identifying those students who are falling below. Course-related queries, of course, we have office hours. Everyone is having office hours for course-related queries. And we also have during class timings also we have a lot of queries. Students can always walk up to us in the office hours for course-related queries. And I keep myself open for any subject that I have taught you in the past, or you feel that I'm capable of handling, you can come to me for that query. Maybe I can go and talk with the instructor to go easy on you, or to cooperate more, or to make it something different for you. So we need to keep ourselves open also. Non-academic support, I will come to this later on. Non-academic support is for boosting the morale of the students besides what they are doing in grades, in terms of grades. So career preparation. We have regular interviews for students, especially who are in higher terms, to prepare them for interviewing skills. So interview is the first interface that they are going to have to be hired, right? And then when we have the faculty feedback, so this time I've given the feedback from my side that students who are coming to interview sessions with the faculty, they are practicing definitely, but they also need grooming classes. So I've written this in my feedback also. That give them grooming classes, please, so that they know they are coming from a different culture, different background. Give them grooming according to, for example, hospitality standards. Then library resources need to be updated. I'm sad to say that very few students are in touch with the library resources. Even as instructors, we are very much constricted in timing also to go to the library, find out articles. It takes a lot of effort for us to find out articles, discuss those articles, tell the students about where they can find resources, books, and other stuff. So we need to update ourselves first of all, and then guide the students also. Make it a part of your teaching session. Take them one session to the library. Tell them about the resources. Let them go about it. So if we are telling them about Espesco, it is not going to help them. Take them to the library. Let them have a look at the resources. Tutoring center. I'm proud to say that we are also managing a tutoring center in Western Community College. Tutoring center is during the term, if you're taking maths or English classes and you're finding any, if you feel that, okay, I'll not be able to clear this with good marks, good grades, I am caught up in this assessment, this assignment, what do I do? Where do I go? Maths and English are two subjects in which the students really struggle. So we have a tutoring center, and it is optional for the tutors. They can also recommend. So I myself recommended a few students. Please, for this English course you have taken, you have cleared the course, that's fine. But please go to the tutoring center, learn a few things over there, and also personally get in touch with the English tutors, right? So tutoring center helps the students a lot in covering up their gaps, especially in maths. Non-academic support I was talking about. So Western Community College has started the student housing initiative, 700 student housing initiative. So they've collaborated with the LAC group to provide student housing. What this will do as a support, and how is this going to work as a support? This is going to, for a I'm being indicated, I'm going overboard with the time. So for a new immigrant, when I landed, my experience is, okay, where am I going to stay? So if the student knows, okay, this is the place where I'm going to stay, subsidized living, and all student group is going to be with me, it's going to reduce I will not say it will eliminate the pressure, it will reduce the pressure on their minds, definitely. So this project is going to be completed in 2027. Review bodies, some review bodies that we have, external review bodies you can see over here, right? I will go towards this side, more internal review bodies. So we have for every program a PAC committee, right? Industry review, I have already talked about that we have had meetings, like 40 meetings with industry experts till now. Curriculum committee has a lot of role in internal quality assessment and evaluation. So we are doing regular curricular mapping, especially revising our, so we are not stuck with the program learning outcomes. And this is what I have learned. Initially my thought was, okay, what is given to us? We are stuck with the PLOs and CLOs and this is what we have to teach. But gradually over a period of time, I have learned that no, if I can't justify that in my class, then it's better that I go and talk about my leadership team that this is not working in my class. What can we do about this CLO, right? Can we change it? Can we revise it? Can we update it in any way? And the result is amazing. Self-study analysis. So we are already engaged, like a lot of institutions, we are already engaged in self-study analysis. All these processes that we are doing, we are also analyzing. So we are collecting data, right? We have regular meetings, we are collecting data. And now we are on the second stage, I think we have started feeding the data into the whatever document that we are making. Then associations for exchange. We are a member of a lot of associations, BCCAT, BCHA, PDGIA. So like I said, this is a good platform for us to discuss and learn from each other what best practices we can do. For the faculty, it's important that we should be heard as a faculty also. Internal quality is going to come from us. We are the interface who are talking with the students, who are communicating with the students all the time. This is one of the examples I pulled, very recent examples that I pulled up. So our leadership team is meeting with the faculty on different campuses with the dates and timings. So otherwise they have an open door policy, we can walk in any time because of their busy schedules. This is the time fixed for us. Different campuses, we can go and talk about coffee. We have a coffee with the president and the registrar and talk with them. They will ask you a few questions. You can ask them a few questions. There are no apprehensions, right? So this is one thing for the faculty to promote open communication, and for faculty, of course, FTPs are there to keep your own self updated, right? And to update. FTP is, I think, if I attend an FTP, is a method of me to update myself and my fellow colleagues also. So when I share knowledge with them, they are also getting updated in that way. Some community partners, stakeholders are students, stakeholders are community partners as well. Collaborate with community partners. Funding is one of the issues, right? So we have some community partners here. PICS is getting us a lot of funding, government grant. This is one of the way from which we can get government funding, right? Then these are the institutions we are tied up, who are promoting us, and we are also promoting them. And whenever we need any kind, to fall back on them. So we need community partners. Okay, so we are coming to the conclusion, coming back to the same question. What is the primary function of independent institutions? Internal quality assurance. So how are we doing that internal quality assurance is the second point. Transparent quality frameworks. So these days, we have to keep our whatever quality framework we are following very transparent. We have student surveys, feedbacks, beginning of the course survey, end of the course survey. Then we have faculty surveys also, feedbacks. Then we have program feedbacks also, right? These kind of feedbacks are helping us to form a framework. And what is the target is continuous improvement. So quality assessment, quality enhancement should not be one-time activity. It should become the culture of an organization. That is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.